What happens when the heart yearns for not one but two? When love, the most potent of all emotions, splits into a deadly love triangle? This is a question that has puzzled philosophers, poets, and lovers alike for centuries. A love triangle, the intricate dance of passion, jealousy, and longing between three individuals, is a labyrinth of human emotions that is as intriguing as it is heart-wrenching. Now imagine this intricate dance set against the backdrop of Cancun, Mexico. Envision the azure waters, the golden sands, the tropical paradise that holds within its heart a tale of love and betrayal. Three protagonists, their identities shrouded in mystery for now, are about to embark on a journey of love, a journey that will change their lives forever. In the heart of Cancun, a paradise turned battlefield, a love triangle was about to unfold. Our tale begins with three unsuspecting souls, drawn together by fate, beneath the vibrant Mexican sun. First, we have Maria, a vivacious local beauty, born and bred in the heart of Cancun. Her spirit is as wild and enthralling as the city she calls home. As the owner of a small but thriving local cafe, her infectious laughter and radiant smile have become a beacon for locals and tourists alike. Next, we meet Alejandro, a dashing young architect from Mexico City. He's been drawn to Cancun by the allure of a new project, a grand hotel that promises to change the city's skyline forever. Alejandro is as ambitious as he is charming, his eyes always twinkling with a dream yet to be fulfilled. Then there's Isabella, an enchanting travel writer from Madrid. She's arrived in Cancun in search of her next great adventure. Her pen is her passport, taking her from one corner of the world to another. She's a woman of mystery, her stories as captivating as the places they describe. Now, how did these three find themselves under the same Cancun sky? Well, Maria's cafe became a haven for Alejandro as he worked on his architectural masterpiece. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and Maria's delightful company became a solace from his hectic schedule. Isabella, on the other hand, stumbled upon the cafe while exploring the city's hidden gems. She found herself drawn to the cafe's charm and Maria's warmth, and it quickly became her favorite writing spot. Their lives began to intertwine, threads of friendship and camaraderie weaving a tapestry of shared moments and memories. Maria, with her infectious zest for life, Alejandro with his ambitious dreams, Isabella with her captivating tales. Together they created a vibrancy that echoed the spirit of Cancun itself. But beneath the surface of this budding friendship, a complex web of emotions was beginning to form, unbeknownst to them. A web that would soon ensnare them in a whirlwind of passion, betrayal, and heartbreak. As their paths crossed, little did they know that the tide of their lives was about to turn. In the dance of destiny, two hearts found a rhythm, oblivious to the third beat echoing in the shadows. Underneath the sun-kissed skies of Cancun, a love story began to take shape. Two souls, as different as night and day, found a common language in the language of love. He, the charming, carefree nomad, and she, the passionate, spirited artist. Together they painted a picture of love that was as vibrant as the Mexican sunsets. Their days were filled with laughter and shared secrets, their nights brimming with whispered promises under the stars. They explored the city hand in hand, their hearts beating in sync with every new discovery. The city's vibrant colors, the intoxicating music, the exotic food, everything was a backdrop to their blooming romance. They found solace in each other, a sanctuary in the chaos of life. He became the muse to her art, and she, the anchor to his wandering spirit. Their love was a beautiful symphony, a melody that resonated in the air around them. But as they say, every love story has a third character, often unnoticed, yet significant. The third beat in their dance of destiny was the best friend, the confidant, the silent observer. He watched their love story unfold from the sidelines, a silent spectator to their blossoming romance. His feelings, though unnoticed, began to grow stronger with each passing day. His heart echoed with a rhythm, a beat that was out of sync with theirs. He was falling in love, but with the wrong person, at the wrong time. His feelings were like a shadow, always present but never acknowledged. He was the third wheel, the unnoticed participant in their dance of destiny. His feelings were the silent whispers in the wind, the unattended echoes in their symphony of love. As the sun set on another day in Cancun, their love story continued to bloom. Oblivious to the third beat, to the unnoticed feelings, they danced to the rhythm of their hearts. But as they say, love is a ticking time bomb, and theirs was no different. A love story was blooming, but so was the seed of disaster. And then, the veil lifted, revealing a heart torn between two. In the heart of Cancun, under the sun-kissed skies and amidst the rhythm of the crashing waves, a secret as old as time itself came to light. A secret that would forever change the lives of three intertwined souls. A love triangle, a delicate balance of hearts was revealed. Imagine, if you will, the shock that painted their faces, the disbelief, the hurt, the realization that the person they thought they knew, they loved, had been divided between them. Two hearts intertwined with one, a love story that was no longer as simple as it seemed. This was the moment when the veil of deceit was lifted, revealing the complex, heartbreaking reality. How does one react to such a revelation? With shock, undoubtedly, with a sense of betrayal, most certainly. But amidst the hurt, there was also a sense of understanding, a realization that love, in all its forms, can be as complex and unpredictable as the ocean itself. It was a moment of painful clarity, a moment that shattered their paradise and replaced it with a storm of emotions. The immediate consequences were as you might expect. The bonds that once seemed unbreakable were now shaken to their core. Trust was shattered, replaced by suspicion. Laughter was silenced, replaced by the echo of harsh words and accusations. The paradise they had found in each other's arms was now lost, replaced by a storm of confusion, hurt, and jealousy. But amidst the storm, there was also a glimmer of hope. A hope that maybe, just maybe, they could navigate through this and come out stronger on the other side. Because after all, isn't love about overcoming the impossible, about weathering the storm together? The paradise was lost, replaced by a storm of confusion, hurt, and jealousy. But perhaps, just perhaps, this was only the beginning of a journey that would redefine what love meant to them. As the storm raged, the ties of love began to fray. The beautiful Cancun, once a paradise that held the promise of love, was now a battleground where hearts were at war. The love triangle, once an enthralling enigma, had now spiraled into a vortex of heartache and despair. The fallout was inevitable, the conflicts unavoidable, and the emotional turmoil, a relentless hurricane. This was not just a love story gone wrong. It was a symphony of feelings that had hit a discordant note. The three hearts that once beat in harmony were now clashing, each rhythm a testament to the pain they felt. The bitter taste of betrayal, the stinging pang of jealousy, and the choking grip of regret all came together in a whirlwind of emotions. The first to crumble under the weight of this turmoil was the unsuspecting victim of the love triangle. The realization of being a pawn in this game of hearts was too much to bear. The heartache was like 1,000 knives, each twist a reminder of the love that was nothing more than an illusion. Then came the turn of the perpetrator. The guilt was overwhelming, a crushing weight that threatened to consume. The look of hurt in the eyes of the one they had betrayed was a haunting image that refused to fade. The realization of the harm they had inflicted was a bitter pill to swallow, and the guilt, a poison that slowly corroded the heart. Lastly, the one who was torn between the two, found themselves at the epicenter of this emotional storm. The love they had for both was real, but the destruction it had caused was even more tangible. The indecision, the guilt, the fear, all morphed into a monstrous entity that threatened to swallow them whole. The fallout was disastrous. The once vibrant Cancun was now a backdrop to their heartbreak. The echoes of laughter were replaced by the sound of tears, the warmth of love replaced by the chill of betrayal. The ties of love that once bound them together were now frail threads that threatened to snap any moment. In the midst of this emotional chaos, they each found themselves standing at a precipice. The fall was inevitable, the landing uncertain. The love that once lifted them to the heights of ecstasy was now the very force that was pulling them into the depths of despair. The downfall was not just of their relationship, but also of their belief in love. The love triangle had turned into a battlefield, each corner marked by a broken heart. The pain was palpable, the hurt visible. The paradise that Cancun once was had now turned into a purgatory where love was the casualty. In the end, love was the casualty, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. In the ruins of what was once love, three hearts pondered on the wreckage. In the aftermath of a love triangle that spiraled into chaos, we find our characters grappling with the shards of their shattered dreams. In the heart of Cancun, where the sun-kissed beaches were once a backdrop to their passionate love, they now serve as a grim reminder of their lost paradise. The intoxicating allure of love had drawn them into a whirlwind of emotions, but as the dust settles, they're left in the wake of their own destruction. Our first character, once brimming with zest and optimism, is now a silhouette of her former self. She has since retreated into the shadows, nursing her broken heart while wrestling with the guilt of her actions. Love, she realized, is not a game to be trifled with. It's a force as powerful as the tempestuous sea that crashes onto Cancun's shores, capable of both nurturing life and wreaking havoc. The second character, who was once the fulcrum of this love triangle, is left grappling with the consequences of his indecision. He's learned the hard way that love is not a commodity to be divided, but a commitment to be cherished. He's since sought solace in solitude, his heart aching with regret as the echoes of his past mistakes linger like a haunting refrain. And then there's our third character, who entered the love triangle with hopes of finding happiness, only to leave with a heart scarred by betrayal. She's since embarked on a journey of self-discovery, realizing that her worth is not defined by the love she receives from others, but by the love she has for herself. Each of them, in their own way, has learned a harsh lesson. Love is not a battlefield to conquer, but a garden to nurture. It's a dance of two hearts in perfect harmony, not a tug-of-war between three. It's a bond that should unite, not divide. The echoes of the love triangle in Cancun still linger, a haunting reminder of a paradise lost. Could this catastrophe have been averted? Could the threads of love have been untangled differently? As we delve into the reflection, let's rewind the tape of our narrative and examine the situations, decisions, and actions that led us to this point. The love triangle in Cancun, marked by passion, deceit, and heartbreak, was no ordinary tale. It was a complex web woven by three individuals, each with their unique perspectives and emotions. But could they have navigated this labyrinth of love differently? Let's ponder on this. What if honesty had been the guiding principle? What if, instead of hiding their feelings and intentions, our characters had been open about their desires from the beginning? Would the outcome have been different? Or would the flame of attraction have still ignited, leading to the same downfall? We can only speculate. And what about communication? Often, in the grand theater of love, we forget the importance of genuine dialogue. It's easy to get lost in the whirlwind of emotions, ignore the red flags, and forget to communicate our feelings or concerns. Had our characters prioritized communication over assumptions and secrets, perhaps the storm could have been weathered differently. But we shouldn't overlook the role of personal accountability. Each character in our narrative had their share of flaws and made choices that contributed to the catastrophe. They were driven by their emotions, yes, but they also had the power to make different decisions. They could have chosen empathy over ego, understanding over impulsivity, and love over deceit. However, it's important to remember that life isn't about perfection. It's about learning from our mistakes and growing. Our characters, too, learned some hard lessons from their journey. They learned about the consequences of deceit, the importance of honesty, and the pain of unrequited love. They understood the complexity of human emotions and the often harsh realities of love. The love triangle in Cancun undoubtedly left a profound impact on their lives. It changed them, shaped them, and will continue to influence their future relationships. But isn't that the essence of life? To learn, to grow, and to evolve? So as we reflect on our narrative, let's not focus on the mistakes or the heartbreak. Instead, let's appreciate the lessons learned, the growth achieved, and the wisdom gained. After all, every experience, whether good or bad, adds a unique chapter to our life story. In the grand scheme of love and life, perhaps the love triangle in Cancun was just another testament to the complex dance of human emotions.